Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Lean Publishing Tip of the Day. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can join the Leanpub author community online and why you should consider doing this. Um, just before we get going, just the usual kind of housekeeping details. Um, you can find, if you come into this video late or you've missed one of these daily tips, you can just go to our YouTube channel at Leanpub and you can find the Lean Publishing Tip of the Day playlist there, where these things are all recorded for posterity. And of course, as usual, there's always a blog post that accompanies each of these Lean Publishing Tips of the Day that you can find on our blog at leanpub.com/blog. If you don't see the article there that I'm sharing right here, you can just click the magnifying glass and search for the keywords to find the blog. One of the reasons the blog posts are so important is that they have links to various articles and things like that in our help center and elsewhere, so that to sort of like inform you around what we're actually talking about here. Usually there's a lot of depth behind these tips. Our author help center has over 1,000 articles in it, for example, which is all based on interactions we've had with authors from all around the world over all the years. So there's usually a lot more to cover than the kind of surface that we get to here. If you're interested in getting these tips of the day in your email inbox every day, every weekday, you can sign up for the Lean Publishing Daily Newsletter. You can see the button there near the top of every one of these blog posts. You scroll down past all the awesome deals that these daily newsletters have on ebooks and courses that can help you discover other authors and maybe even see your own books in there sometimes. But if you scroll down, you'll get these tips of the day in your inbox, which can be really helpful. So let's get going talking about joining the Leanpub author community. That's kind of a romantic kind of sounding thing to some extent, but it's true. There is a community of authors all around the world. That when you become a Leanpub author, when you publish a book on our platform, you can see yourself as being a member of, and you can try joining. One thing you can do, as we mentioned at the top here, is that you can join or you can post on the Leanpub Authors Forum. This is not too well used kind of resource, but it's important. It's a place where Leanpub authors can go to post questions, to post advice. For example, if they've come up with a solution to a certain kind of problem, they can post it there and say, hey, here's how I did this. Other authors can then find it and respond to the post with their own advice or their own questions and things like that. So this kind of community is a really helpful way of, if you've run into a blocker, you can ask people, does anyone have a solution to this issue? If you found a solution of your own, you can share it, and it's there forever for people to find. And other authors will love you for sharing your advice if they're running into the same thing. And that's kind of like one of the deeper reasons of joining a kind of community for a platform like Leanpub is often when you're getting started out, you can feel like you need to reinvent the wheel. You need to learn everything on your own. And it's not true. There's lots of other people out there in your current situation trying to learn something just like you are. There's lots of people out there who've gone through the hard work of learning it already. And they're usually quite willing to share and help, which is one of the great things about author communities online. Another thing we really recommend that you do is that you follow Leanpub and other Leanpub authors on social media. One of the reasons I wrote this article, I wanted to do this tip of the day, is that it's sort of like unfortunate, but if every Leanpub author, if everyone who's ever published a Leanpub author, a book on Leanpub, had, say, for example, subscribed to our YouTube channel, we'd have a huge audience. And I'm not saying that out of selfishness. The bigger the audience, the more people find your books. It's in your interest as a Leanpub author to sort of help grow the community. And of course, it's fun too. Our YouTube channel in particular you'll get to see your own videos on there if you've, recorded a launch video with us or a podcast interview. We've got new release videos, things like that. So there's a lot of really great content on there. And the more sort of Leanpub authors subscribe and watch, the more Leanpub authors like you get discovered by other people. There's this sort of like virtuous circle that, a lot of time people complain about the online algorithms and stuff like that, but in particular, YouTube is there to help people of like interest find things that they are interested in and find each other. And so if you're a Leanpub author and you go and you want, to help your books get discovered and you want to help us discover you and things like that, please follow on social media, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and also crucially, find other Leanpub authors. Follow them and give them encouragement if you can. I mean, if you've ever had someone encourage you with a tweet like, oh, I really loved your new book, or that, I saw you published a new version, really excited to see the new chapter. If that made you feel good, you can do the same for others and make them feel good by, sharing links to their books, sharing your feedback and advice, maybe if you have it, and encouragement and things like that. It's a really important way to get discovered, to help other people get discovered too. Another thing that we've been sort of lax in encouraging people to do is actually, when you post about your Leanpub book or course or ebook bundle, hashtag mention us or at mention us if you can. One of the really important things is we can't know that you've been posting about your book if we don't see something like this. So, but if we do see something like this, it'll show up in our feeds. If you hashtag Leanpub or at mention Leanpub, it should show up in our feeds, whether it's on X/Twitter or LinkedIn or Mastodon or Blue Sky, etc. We should get notifications, and we should be able to then sort of repost whatever it is you've posted, like, and all that kind of stuff. So you need to sort of, if you sort of like, just do this little extra thing at the end of any blog post or social media post, LinkedIn post, etc., then we can see and we can help you get discovered. And as I mentioned before, one of the main things that you should do is, if we recommend highly, is subscribing to our YouTube channel, where there's lots of great content for you to discover on your own. But the more people that follow us there, the more you get discovered, and you can help contribute to that. Finally, let me just click the link to this article on the bottom of the page here. We've got an article on our Help Center about where you can follow Leanpub online. Obviously, most people aren't going to be on all of these things. Some people prefer YouTube for sort of interesting content. Some people prefer Facebook. Some people prefer LinkedIn. No, I should update the TikTok account there. And yeah, we're sort of like, the sort of Twitch, we're not really all that active on there, but if you start following us, maybe we will be more active on there. We're on Instagram, things like that. Yeah, and anyway, in any case, we very, very highly encourage you to try joining our Leanpub community, posting on the Leanpub Authors Forum, things like that, following and subscribing. It all helps all of us do what we're here to do, which is to write books, write courses, publish them, and help everybody discover us and discover the other people in our Leanpub author community. So thank you very much for watching this live stream today.